Hi, I'm Cynthia Nelson. Welcome. Today I'm going to make for you one of my favorite snacks. I loved it as a child growing up and I still love it now as an adult. It's plantain chips and they're made with green plantains. I know that most of you perhaps who live outside of the region think of plantains and then you think of fried ripe plantains, which is sweet. But today I'm going to make for you a savory snack. It's quick, it's easy, and one of the things that I like about it is that you can make this snack and you can store it in an airtight container and it will last for the entire week. So let's get going. As I said before, you want to start with a green plantain. So you want to make sure the skin is green and you want to make sure that the plantain is really firm. And we're going to start by peeling the plantain. Now, I know that there are some places that sell specialized equipment as it comes to peeling plantains, but in keeping with my cooking philosophy, which is to use whatever you have available to you, a paring knife works perfectly for this. Sometimes it comes off easily and sometimes it doesn't. Don't fuss about it. Just keep peeling and prying away and then it's all going to come off. And this is one of those things that go very quickly when you make them. So if you're going to make them for a crowd, make a lot because they're going to go away very quickly. Now what you then want to do is that you need to slice the plantains. You can do that two ways. If you have a slicer, for example, like this Japanese mandolin, you can use that, or if you have one of those gourmet looking pieces of equipment, you can do that. But again, in keeping with my philosophy about cooking, use whatever you have. What you want is that you want to get thin, round slices that are wafer thin so that when they fry up really quickly and they get super crispy. So let's start by just slicing some of them with a knife. So you put your plantain flat on the board and then you just start cutting very thinly. The thinner you slice it, the more crispy the chips are going to be, and also the faster it's going to fry. Because the other thing about it, I know a lot of people scare away from fried foods, but this is one of those things that cook up in like 30 seconds in your pan, so you really don't have anything to be afraid of. So what you want to do is that you want to lay these in one at a time because you don't want them to clam up. If they clam up, then they're going to stick together, they're not going to get crispy. And as you notice, as soon as you put them in, they slide just beneath the surface of the pan and then they start to bubble and they make this wonderful noise. Now as with frying, you never want to overcrowd the pan. So once you see that your surface is filled, it's that full circle, then just stop. If not, the plantains are not going to cook evenly and they're not going to crisp up. I know we like to touch our food when it's cooking. Don't touch it. Just leave it there. Let it do its own thing. It's going to get quiet on its own. Now you want to make sure that you use a neutral tasting oil. So canola or vegetable oil or even peanut oil will work fine because you don't want the flavored oil to actually flavor the plantain chips. You can do that all on your own. Okay, so when it comes to seasoning, for example, I'm just using here some regular kosher salt, but you can actually flavor your plantain chips. So for example, you can make a chili salt, or you know, one of the things that I do, I take cumin, I roast it, and then I pound it together with coarse sea salt and a mortar and pestle, and then sprinkle it over my plantain chips. So then I have like this cumin spiced plantain chips. So you can be creative, just use whatever you want to mix with your sea salt and then you sprinkle them over your plantain chips as soon as they come out. So you see, we just fried 2 plantains so far and we have a whole bunch of chips. So I'm going to take them, when you're ready to serve them, just pick them up just like this and then put them into a bowl. Now you can serve them hot, you can serve them warm, or you can serve them at room temperature, but trust me, they're going to go by so quickly. And if you want to make an extra batch so that you have during the week, what you need to do is that just leave them on this sheet pan here, let them cool completely though, and then put them in an airtight container and they're going to last you for the entire week. And I tend to like to keep them in a glass bottle, like a mason jar or something like that. So there you go, you see you have your whole bowl of chips. And look, they're so thin, they're so crispy. They're like these perfect yellow golden buttons. So make it, eat it, enjoy it.